Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Weerasekara. My presentation is impact of bark damage by Samba deer on the woody vegetation of Horton Plains National Park. Horton Plains National Park is located 32 kilometers away from Nuerelia and 8 kilometers away from Ohio. And this Horton Plains National Park is designation as a national park in 1988. And this was named by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 2010. This specialty in Horton Plains National Park, it is popular for samba watching in all over the world, because this is the only place that we can see a large number of samba is gathering for grazing in open grasslands. Normally, this samba is a animal who which do browsing, because since it's having this viscous saliva and highly stratified rumen, it is it's physiologically it's an animal which do browsing depending on the tree fodder. But in Horton Plains National Park, what we can see is they are massively gathering as herds and grazing in these open grasslands. But this when this samba is grazed in the dawn and dusk, in the night, in the daytime, they go into the montane forest which associate with the grasslands, and they are resting in the daytime. So during this time, there is a habit that they display, that they damage the bark. They eat the bark in two ways. One is antler rubbing. The other way is they eat the bark. So, but here in this research, we have considered only the biting habit or eating habit of the tree bark. And in the same time, there have been observing phenomena called forest dieback in Horton Plains National Park, which you can see in this image, which the large trees are dying. And the reason is still unknown, but in this research, we are focusing, we are just suspecting and we are searching whether this bark damage by somebody is having an impact for this death of trees. So main objectives of this research, we have to see this whether this samba is having a special preferability for this particular tree types or the woody vegetation type, or maybe they are going for this with the availability. And then the second one is the contribution for forest dieback. And then tertiary, what we do is we are ranking the trees or woody species according to the preferability of somebody, if there is any preferability. So we have selected 80 transects. So in the image, in the map, you can see these red dots. Those are the transects that we have selected. All these transects we have established to represent the entire montane forest in Horton Plains National Park. And these transects are established in random manner to cover the entire montane forest in open and the dieback sites and the high density forest areas, avoiding the grasslands. So these are the bark damages what we observe. And in these places where this woody vegetation is available, we have laid the transect by using a plastic rope. And this plastic rope is extended up to 100 meters, which is signaling the transect area. And this transect is established along 100 meters towards this way, and then 5 meters width. And this section is subdivided into 5 meters. So then we have 20. And these bark damages, what we notice, are categorized as 25, 50, 75, and 100. 100 is the time that we consider as a ring bark damage, or the bark is damaged right around the tree. While we are collecting these bark damage details, all the other details of the tree, such as a DBH, a diameter at the breast height, and the tree condition, tree health condition, everything is recorded in the standard data sheet that we have been using to collect data. So, and other than that, the tree distribution of the tree or the level of the tree, whether the tree is going into high level, or we consider that as a tree large. And if the tree is or this woody vegetation is stopped at medium point, you call it tree medium. And then if it's in the low level, we call it tree small. And these transects, or the transects that we have established, have been identified, or they have been noted in the paper by using handheld GPS or handheld GPS unit. So we have been collecting data until the species accumulation curve is settled. So and when we reaching 39 transect, we have reached a maximum amount of tree species, that is 53. So that we reached at the 39th transect. And during the data analysis, we'll notice that there is a preferability because these two species, Syzygium fergusoni and Neolitsia fuscata, they have the highest and the lowest relative density. The lowest relative density is the Syzygium fergusoni and the highest relative density is in Neolitsia fuscata. And this Psychotria nigra. And these two trees, this Actinodaphin ambigua and the Litzia longifolia, they have 53% of density, but these trees, they don't show this bark damage, but this Litzia longifolia they are showing, but this Actinodaphin ambigua, there is no bark damage. So by looking at this, we can understand there is a relationship or there's a preferability by the Samba selecting trees for damaged bark. And then we are considering this tree bark damage and the tree health of the species. We can see this column says that this first column and the second column, the first column is the topic says none and the second one says yes. The one in the yes column, those are the trees that we have noticed the bark damage. So there you can find a lot of unhealthy trees. So this unhealthy category of trees are the trees that including the trees that have been dying. So therefore, this is giving us some idea about that this bark damage by Samba deer is affecting or making the trees to contribute to the dieback. So this, and also these bark damages, the old bark damages are some of the bark damages are fresh. When you touch the damaged site, you can feel it's moist, wet, and still it's aromatic. But when the damaged site is getting old, those are the trees more susceptible for deaths and losing their health condition. And then we have been observing according to the categories 100%, 75%, 50, 25, and no bark damage. So most of the trees with ring bark damage, 100% damages, they are the one who's susceptible for death and turning the health condition is becoming poor. And the tree sizes, there is no much relationship with the sizes. All the sizes have been subject to death, but this is still going on project. So during the initial stage, what we have noticed is the small and the medium sized trees are more susceptible for quick deaths, but long trees are taking more time to death and turn the unhealthiness. So the conclusion is there is a preferability for selecting for bark damage, and then large number of trees with bark damage are in unhealthy, and they are contributing for the dieback phenomena. And these woody species start die with time after the bark damage is initiated. These are my references. Thank you, and I'm thanking Professor Ranavan who directed me for this research. Well, this is still going on research, so we are still analyzing the data.